Alright guys, so welcome to the last part of this Microsoft Power Query series. So in this video, we are going to be learning how to add column using Microsoft Power Query Editor to our already existing tables. So let's say, for example, we have, starting with the first function, we have the column from example. And how does it work? So we are going to state an example, more like the flash fill in Microsoft Excel. If you have used Microsoft Excel flash fill before, this is exactly what happens, like that. So we have the column from example, then I'm going to be clicking on that option. Then it's asking me for the new column. Mind you, the add column means I'm adding a new transformation column. When we were transforming, it was transforming the original data that we have. But the add column is going to add a new column with the new transformation that we want. So now I have the column 1, then what do I want to do? So these are basically things that I can extract. So I can say I want to extract the month name, so I can just type month name, then it's going to give me different options of months that we have based on this data set. So now I can extract month name from the order date. I can also extract month name from the ship date. So if I go with this first option, then I say okay, then it's automatically going to add a new column with the supplied items that I've selected, which is January, February, all to the very last. I can also add other things. So let me still work with the columns from example. Then I can say, maybe I want to extract, you can see multiple things that you can extract. You can extract the day of the week name from ship date. You can extract the day of the year. You can extract the cosine. You can extract the time, the year from the ship date. We have a lot of options. You can extract the length of discount, the length of the first name, the length of the last name, and the variety of options that you have there. So just type it out there and you can see. You can also extract the category, the city of each of the records. And you can extract maybe the age, the ship dates, the number of day, the day of week, the day name of the order date, and so on and so forth. So these are different options that you can try out using the column from example. We also have the custom column. So the custom column is where we can make basic aggregation. Let's say, for example, I want to calculate the total sales based on my table. So right here, I have the sales, then I have the quantity. So I have the sales, I have quantity. So if I sell something of $19 and I sold I sold maybe 20 quantity of it, I can easily say sales multiplied by quantity. So how can we achieve that in Microsoft Power Query? So I can edit this and call it total sales. So I have a new column called total sales, and by default, I'm going to have equals to sign inside of the custom column formula. Then I'm going to insert the sales. So click on sales, then say insert. Then you say multiplied by, which is the asterisk, and you say quantity and insert. No syntax error have been detected. Then you can say OK. And the new column is going to be the multiplication between the two columns. Let's try one more and say, let's say I want to know the total profit. So I can say total profit. Then I'm going to say, I can easily just type from here and say, in brackets profit. So I can come here. There is a way to reference the columns in Microsoft Power Query. So I can say profit. So the profit, or just like I was explaining, that you can easily use the square bracket and say profit. And mind you, this is case sensitive. So we have to make sure we are using the right way that this profit has been spelled. So we have the profit, then we're going to say multiply by, maybe you want to multiply by the quantity, then you close up the square brackets until you have no syntax errors have been detected. Then when you are done, you say OK, and you can see that the profit has also been calculated. If you want to change anything from your column, you can just come to the small setting icon. When you click on it, you have access to what you are doing, and you can make your manipulation to the formula. So we also have invoke custom formula, which is basically if you have created any customized functions before, if you have created any customized, you created it yourself, then you want to invoke that query, the function query, onto a particular field of your choice. We also have creating a conditional column. So creating a conditional column is basically the if function. For example, we can say if the sales, let's create a sales category, then we're going to say if sales equals to, or we can say is greater than, if the sale is greater than 5,000, then give us iPay or iSales. If not, which is the else say low sales, then we say okay. As you can see, now it's going to grade it because none of the sales is greater than 5,000. So until we get to the sales that are greater than 5,000, before we're going to receive iSales. Or if none of them are, then we're going to continue to have low sales across the field. Don't forget, you can come here and edit the formula, and you can also add another clause. Let's say this is 500. So if we change this to 500, we should see columns that are greater than 500. For example, so we have sales, not total sales, sorry. So we have sales, which is the sales column. So the sales column should be somewhere here, right? So this is the sales column. Then we're going to look for the ones that is greater than, so let's say for example, this is greater than 500. So if we go back there, then we're going to see that we have iSales, because the iSales is saying if the sales is greater than 500, then it should give us iSales. You can also add multiple conditions. For example, you can add another clause and say else if, then add another one else if, then you continue to state your conditions. So the next thing that we can add is the index column in Power Query. So the index column is used to assign a unique value. For example, I can say I want to add an index column from 0, then it's going to add it from 0 up till the number of rows that we have. Or you can index from 1. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. So this is to provide a row ID. Or you can say index custom column, start from 1001 and increase it by 1. So this is going to start from 1001, 1002, 1003. So this is one of the ways that you can assign a primary key to your data. So we can also duplicate a particular column. For example, I can duplicate this index 2. Now I have index 2 copy. I can also reverse all of the steps, don't forget. So based on the add column, we can also try out some of the things that we've done before. So the lowercase, the uppercase, but this time is not going to be affecting the original data. Rather, it's going to be creating a new column from scratch. We can also extract. We can also pass. That is if we are working or if we want to convert the data to maybe XML or JSON, or if we want it to be to actually fit in some other data or unstructured data format. We can also try the statistics, just like I've explained before. The date, say for example, let's take one more function. If I want to get the date difference between the ship date and then the order date, let's say we have order dates and then the ship dates, then I want to know how many days does it take to deliver a particular order. So I'm the data analyst in the company, then I want my stakeholders to know how long it takes for us to deliver a particular item. As you can see, we have a particular order was made on the 7th of January and it was delivered 9th of January. So if I want to get the date difference, I'm going to select first the earliest date, then hold my control and click on the later date. So if I'm done with that, then I can come to the transform. Under the column. So right now I'm supposed to have the date function, but the date function is not coming out because the data type are diverse. So I can change this to just date instead of date time. Now if I click on this, right click and click on this, both of them are now in the same data format. Then I can come to date and I can use the subtract date functions. So if I say subtract dates, then you can see it's now telling me that The first product took 2 days for us to deliver. The second took 5 days, 4 days, 0 days, and so on and so forth. Under the add column, and to round up Microsoft Power Query as a whole, we are going to be looking at the merge column option in Power Query. Remember that in one of the videos, we learned how to split the customer column into first name and last name. Now, we have another instruction that says that they want the names to now be full name. So I can easily say first name, hold my control and click on the last name, then the merge column option is going to be activated. If I click on a single column, I'm not going to have the option of merge columns because I can only merge 2 columns. So if I click on the merge columns, let me use the transform tab, then I have the merge columns. Now it's asking me for the separator. What delimiter do I want? If I merge these 2 columns together, do I need a separator? Do I need the names to be separated? Yes. By what? By space. And I'm going to call the new name full name. Then I'm going to say OK. So now you can see that the customer name has now been merged together as full names. In this course, we've been able to cover a wide variety of functions and data cleaning techniques when it comes to using Microsoft Power Query. So when you are done with your data transformation and you are satisfied, the next thing that you may want to do is use the close and load option so that you can take all your clean data to Microsoft Power BI or Microsoft Excel. So right now you can see that we now have all the data sets from Superstore while it is still loading. So we're going to wait for that to finish loading. So this is how you can easily clean your data inside of Microsoft Excel. And right now we now have the clean data set based on the transformation that we've done. So this is your clean data, and this is what we have done in Microsoft Excel. If there is any question or any parts that you are not particularly clear with, you can use our feedback option in the website or on the website to ask us any question or clarification, or even in need of guidance or clarification if you are in a state of confusion. This is where we are going to be rounding up our Power Query course. I hope you have enjoyed and you have learned a lot of things when it comes to data transformation and data cleaning using Microsoft Power Query. Thank you guys for joining, and it is a pleasure.